All right, what's up, guys? It's Mitch or Deity, and today is going to be day 14 for the guide. So you have been playing the game for 2 weeks. You are at a point where you should have a couple pets, one for hunts, one for your AP farming. Then you're going to have your Wyvern team set up. You're going to have cleared all your hunt challenges, and also just know real quick, you do not have to be on the 14th day of your account. You could be watching this video 2 months in. If you weren't able to play a ton, it's fine. You can go at your own pace. But those of you that are following the guide really close and really hard playing the game, then you'll be around day 14, hopefully, or at least to this point in the guide, you've cleared everything that I've gone through in the guide so far. So we are to a point where we have our Wyvern team is about a 90% win rate. For every 15 runs, I fail usually 1, 2, 3 times. It's in between there. I would say an average of 2 failed runs per 15. So that's a pretty consistent Wyvern team. I'm very happy with that. We'll just let it ride. There's still some upgrades I can do to make it even better. But for right now, it's pretty solid. So I'm going to go ahead and show the stats for that. There's a couple of things we're going to be covering in this video. Real quick, though, we have redone my Discord. There's a couple things real quick. We've redone my Discord. We have I think we're over 40 new player guilds in there right now. So if any of you guys need a guild that is going to request cattle, or not request catalysts, request the proper things, and just get full weekly rewards and just be a solid beginner guild for you, join the Discord down below. Where there's also Ancient Inheritance coming. We're going to be setting up strategies for that. I know a lot of you are waiting for me to do something for that. Real quick with that, I was in a car accident the other day. I'm way behind on everything. I got hit at a red light. I was stopped. The person rear-ended me. A 7,000-pound vehicle. So I'm not 100% right now, I'll be honest. I'm trying to do my best to keep up with the guides and do everything, but we also have been redoing the Discord. That's taken up a lot of my time, so the Discord now is starting to become a much more organized place. We have over 3,500 members. We had 2,000 people join the Discord in the last 10 days, 11 days, so it's like 200 people a day are joining the Discord. So all of you that join the Discord, welcome. If you need a guild, you'll go through the instructions in there. Second, if you want to play Epic 7 on emulator, there'll be a link to LD Player down in the description. You download that, you can install Epic 7, allows you to farm in the background, and it's really, really nice. So it keeps your phone from getting obliterated, and it supports me, so you have that option. So today, I'm just going to be showing what you should be kind of focusing on day 14. So first off, we just completed chapter 3 yesterday. I showed the video of how to beat 3-10-10 very easily. So go follow that if you have not beaten chapter 3. And now that you have beaten chapter 3, the first thing we're going to do in this video, it will be a little bit longer video today probably, but we are going to buy the Mercedes combat data. So once you buy the Mercedes combat data, we are going to go ahead and skip the tutorial, and then we're going to go to the final destination. This is where you spend it. You go in, you hit auto, skip the story unless you want to read it. I know some of you guys like the story of this game. It has a pretty good story from what I hear. But I'll go show my Wyvern stats again at the end of this. Sorry, this is... my brain is just flustered for right now, so I'll try to make this as smooth as possible, but there are quite a few things I want to talk about. So we're going to clear this. I'm going to show you guys some guild war defense teams to set up. I'm going to show you guys how to gear your shoe that you should be getting from selective summon, and we're going to use Shu and Mercedes to set up some defenses. So we're doing this because this unlocks Mercedes' advanced form. So with her advanced form, she has a revive to where when she dies once, she will revive with, I believe, half health. All right, it's a certain amount of health. I think it's around half. We'll read it after this. But with having that, once you revive, so as you see, it's super easy. Except it's long and annoying because she's already dead, but attacking us for some reason. So we just wait. Get slept. Probably get debuffed again. Nice. And here we go. This should clear it. So super easy once you finish it. You're going to be getting her artifact. So now we have Magic Just for Friends. This is her key artifact, and this is the best artifact you can put on her. It's exclusive for only Mercedes. She's the only character in the game that can use it. So right once you get this, you can go ahead and back out. Now she is upgraded. You don't have to do anything else. Once you clear that stage, your Mercedes is good to go. So you can go in to her, and you see she is now good to go. So she has the immense power, unique effect. When increased attack by 15%, and when receiving lethal damage revives with 50%, can be activated once per battle. So she now has a revive. So once you get this, you get the free best in slot artifact for her. This character is going to be so nice for a lot of things. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade her things. Oh wait. The thing is, when you upgrade it, it doesn't increase the effect chance here. But the thing Magic is for Friends does, it gives you reduced damage on her by critical hits by 30%, which is great. And if an ally is attacked when it's not the caster's turn, has a 15% chance to activate her S2. So whenever it activates her S2, it will attack everyone. If you have attack buff, it will attack everyone 2 times. So it's amazing. It's a great early game character that you can put on your defense teams. And by having it on your defense teams early, it will allow you to, we'll just throw whatever random attacks that we have currently on her. And let's see if we have any, we want attack percent boots, honestly. I'm just going to throw these on for now. So we typically tend to build her 0 speed or very low speed. Some people do faster, but for the build for this guide, you can just do attack boots. You're just going to want low speed, as much damage as you possibly can. So she only has 183 crit chance here, but this is because that's +0. This is going to give us an extra 50. So she will be overall definitely usable, but we'll upgrade her gear later. So Mercedes is now somewhat geared. We'll mess around with her and get her better geared later. Now we have Shu. This should have been your character from Selective Summon 2. This is going to be one of your key early game PvP characters, and she's going to be used for a lot of PvE, and we're going to put her on a lot of defense teams. So you will need to, the best way to get her built up, I got really lucky with my gear rolls so far. I know you guys won't get as lucky as this. Some people get even luckier than me. But by having this set on, even if it doesn't roll super well, your Shu is still going to be usable in all the content that you're going to want to use her in. So the thing with Shu is she's an HP scaling damage dealer. You want her to have as much HP and bulk as possible and be on counter set. So you buy these 4 pieces from the arena shop, and then you hope that they roll well. So if they roll terribly, it is what it is. But the problem now is, with these pieces, if you do not roll crit chance, you're going to be very hard struggling for crit chance. I have to sneeze. Okay, sorry. Her best exclusive equipment is this one. I got lucky and got the max 10 speed. If you get this at not 10 speed, you can go ahead and just put it on. You don't have to fish for the perfect one. So just get one that is a critical hit with Chop, has a 40% chance to activate Foosh. This is what makes her unbelievable. So whenever she's on counter set, she has a high chance to counter if she gets attacked. Whenever she uses her S3, if her S3 is used and on cooldown, whenever an ally gets attacked, she has a 20% chance to counterattack. So if you get hit with an AoE attack that hits her and your allies, you have an insanely high chance to counter. And you're going to counter with your S1. But because of the exclusive equipment, when you counter with your S1, if you crit the opponent, you are then going to be activating your S2. So this is insane damage, and it creates an opportunity to where Shu can just win any game. So with Shu doing that, this also recovers health, so she's able to heal a little bit and stay alive for longer. In terms of your artifact options, all of us are going to have different artifacts. Golden Rose is great on her. Snow Crystal is great on her. Those are 2 5-star artifacts. In terms of 4-star artifacts, there are a lot of 5-star artifacts that you can use on her. If you guys have questions on what artifacts I'm going to ask, you can ask in the comments or just join Discord, guys. The Discord is helping so many people. We have a lot of veteran players that are just answering questions for newer players. It is a great spot. The Discord just keeps getting better and better. There's so many people helping. But in terms of 4-star artifacts, the best one that you're going to be able to do is this one. So this is going to just reduce the damage that you take. You do have the option of using Strack if you want to try to get some effect res. It's not very good. This can help you get some crit chance, but the bad thing is every time you counter, this resets, so it's not great, and it gives extra attack, which Shu doesn't scale off attack. This gives you extra speed and attack as you get lower, which Shu doesn't scale off attack. So in terms of if you don't have any of those options, you can also use Portrait of Saviors if you're playing during the Guilty Gear period. That's a great 4-star artifact for her. In terms of 3-star artifacts, there is sorted by max enhance, aren't I? Yeah, Exorcist Tonfa. Exorcist Tonfa can be fine on her. It'll increase the amount of damage that you do situationally. So there are a couple artifact options. If you need help on deciding on an artifact, then you can join Discord or comment down below the artifacts that you have. But as you see, I'll show one more artifact as we get out of here. But as you see here, you are going to be wanting to craft a helmet and boots for her. You will want speed boots for her because you want to have your Shu at least like 170 to 180 speed. Mine's going to end up being a little bit faster, it looks like. But you want speed on her because you want her to be able to take turns and get her initial S3 up pretty early. So going HP boot, she's going to get way less turns. Yes, she'll be a little bit more can survive a little bit longer. But if you're not taking turns, then you lose a lot of value on her. So most characters want to be on at least 160 speed, even if they're counter set characters. So from here, I'm going to be showing a little bit with gear. So those of you that are worried about gear right now that we've been doing Wyvern for a few days, those of you that have your Wyvern team set up and have been farming Wyvern because you're out of your unrecorded history buffs, then you know gear is hard. So now just know it took me a year and a half to learn gear, guys. It is very, very hard. You will struggle for a long time. You'll have to ask a lot of questions. And the biggest thing is you will make mistakes. Every top player of this game has made mistakes with gear when they first started. Everyone has. No one has done it perfect. They've upgraded pieces that sucked, but the thing is, it doesn't matter. If you upgrade a piece that sucks and then you learn that it's not good, you can feed it into another piece of gear to upgrade a better piece of gear. So even if you're making early game mistakes, as long as you're pushing and trying to learn, it's always going to be fine. It's not a big deal. So the thing with gear is, yes, it's the most important thing in the game, and it's the biggest gate in this game. So trying to get further into the game, you're going to need better gear, but it's not a race, and that is why most of you that are crafting gear right now, you are seeing why I'm telling you not to summon a bunch of characters, because you're struggling to even gear the regular characters you have for whatever you're trying to do right now. I guarantee you're struggling to get decent gear on any of them. So it just shows you, if you're struggling with those couple of characters, if you would have spent all your resources and not refreshed or anything, you would have, imagine how many units you'd have sitting doing literally nothing. That is what most people fall into the trap of. So just know gear is hard. You are not doing anything wrong. You might be, but it's not technically wrong because you got to learn. So don't be super stressed out with gear. We're going to do a little crafting is why I'm talking about this. So going into this, I'm going to go ahead and show you the artifacts from the member shop. So this is going to be a great artifact that you can put on Shu early. So once you get up to 750, you could put either Symbol of Unity or Proof of Valor on Shu. Both of them will work fantastic. So if you don't have a Shu artifact, you're not really sure what to do for her yet, then you can go ahead and buy either of these once you get the currency. Both are fine. You're going to end up buying all of them. You're going to end up buying all of this over time. So you can either buy Symbol of Unity or Proof of Valor. I would just buy one Proof of Valor, one Symbol of Unity, one Bastion of Hope, and one Warhorn for now. And later on, you'll buy the duplicates and start feeding them into each other to max them out. But for right now, just start with one of each, and you'll be good to go. So we are going to be getting into Ancient Inheritance very soon. So again, join the Discord if you want to get in the guild. If you are not in the Discord, we're not allowing you guys in guilds, because by being in the Discord, we can coordinate Guild Wars, we can coordinate Ancient Inheritance, which is coming up. There are a lot of reasons that if you're not using Discord, you're not going to be getting a good guild experience. It's just not going to happen. Maybe you get lucky and everyone in there is the same way as you and doesn't want to go through the extra hassle. But I'll tell you, if they're too lazy to go through using Discord to do proper guild stuff, they're going to be too lazy to do proper guild stuff in general. That is going to be my guess on that. But you never know. Some people could be different. So since we have Shu, I did show the gear on her, but you saw that we were needing a helmet. So this is one thing that I want to talk about with crafting. You don't have to craft right once you get stuff. And if you don't know what you're doing right now, it is fine. You will learn what you need. So by seeing different characters on certain builds and having a starting point, because I was able to get you guys the 3 attack sets, the 3 HP sets, you kind of know what you're looking for, right? So with Shu here, since we have the counter set, we know we're looking for 2 pieces of gear, right? And the thing is, we know her crit chance is already not going to be high enough based off our gear here. So we're going to be chasing a boot. And now that I've told you Shu needs a little bit of speed, you're going to be focusing speed main stat boot. You're going to want HP, defense, crit chance, crit damage. Some kind of combination of that, because she's an HP scaling damage dealer. You'll learn all this stuff as you research characters. So don't just go rush all your crafts right away. Try to find out what some of your characters need, and then that way you're at least hunting for something. It is always a mistake to only focus on getting certain pieces of gear, but in the beginning of the game, sometimes it's nice to know what you're looking for, and you're going to end up selling gear that could have been good, or getting rid of gear that could have been good, most likely. It's just part of the game. You'll get more later. It's going to suck, because if I hadn't gotten rid of some of the gear that I did on the beginning of my account, for the first year I was playing it, my account would be so much stronger, but that goes for all the top players. So you're going to make mistakes. And if you have an idea in mind of what kind of stat line you need, then it helps you craft and at least feel like you know what you're aiming for. And it gives you some confidence in crafting. And then you can build off it from there. So those of you that are really stressing on gear, that's the gateway in this game, and you are doing nothing wrong. I'm sorry, I've said that 10 times, but I'm really trying to emphasize it. So with what I was saying, we need crit chance, meaning that if we go with a crit set, we can get an additional 12 crit chance just from that right there. And we know Shu is an HP scaling damage dealer. So now we are going to go in, we know we need a crit chance helmet. So let's go ahead and do some crafts. So we've been farming Wyvern, we have 5,000 materials. So while we're looking through this, we can try to see if there's any gear that looks like it could be good. And if anything doesn't look like I would use it. So this piece has subset synergy. It could be okay if you want to try to roll it, but I don't like hit set. For PvE characters, this would not be a PvP piece in any way. But this is a kind of piece that, yes, it has crit damage attack. It's hit set. You could use it on a Wyvern character. If it rolls high crit damage or high attack, could be usable. But for me personally, I'm not going to use it. And that's one thing you'll have to start deciding is how you want to do your account. So my account is going to be focused on PvP, meaning that I'm going to dodge a lot of this PvE style gear because I don't want to get gear that I can only use in PvE. I want gear because all gear that's usable in PvP can be used in PvE, whereas all gear in PvE can't be used, or not. A lot of gear you use for PvE can't be used in PvP. So hopefully that made sense. This piece has crit chance, attack, flat defense, and or HP crit chance defense. So this piece could technically be usable on someone. It is hit set again. But the thing with this is since it's not a damage piece, it's got decent rolls and flat defense is okay. If it dodges attack, it could be okay on a character like Alencia. So I think I'm going to keep it just in case. And then this piece has speed, crit damage, attack. The speed on a red piece, again, we always roll it. So I'm going to go ahead and extract all the others, and we're going to keep those. Hopefully I didn't extract. I may have made a mistake right there. Hopefully I did. I didn't even look at that crit set piece. So here we go. This is the perfect crit piece we're looking for, right? We have crit chance, health, crit damage. 3 stats we're looking for. That is going to get an immediate lock. That's what we're looking for here. So now going through all of this, I do not want any blue pieces. We're going to extract all of them. This is hit set. No speed on it. Don't care. This is, again, don't really care about it. This is defense. This is just a big gap of stats, and there is no speed. And I try to push, if you're going to be doing an account like me where you're focusing PvP, if it's hit set without speed and it has crit chance, you're not going to really be able to use it. Like I said, most debuffers in the game need to be pretty fast. If this was max rolls, there maybe could be a character that could use it, but it's overall not great. So let's go ahead and get rid of it. But now we have a piece of gear that could be pretty good. So this is just, we're going to go ahead and back out of this. We're good to go. We can also do one last, we know we have our epic craft, right? So we know exactly the piece we need. And once you get up to that, you can see if you can target and see if you get what you're needing here. This has a pretty bad overall stat. It has effectiveness, attack, and crit damage with effect res. This could be used as a PvE piece. If it rolls attack, crit damage, effectiveness, we could change the effect res to crit chance. And it could be used in PvE on quite a few different things. It could be a buff to my Wyvern team. So I'll lock it. We'll roll it. If it rolls effect res, I might get rid of it, but here's the thing. This is something you'll learn later. If it rolls all attack, effect res, and crit damage, there's a couple characters that can use it, like Kayron and Bloodblade Corinne. So if it dodges effectiveness all the way and rolls high into attack, effect res, and crit damage, could end up being usable too. And you are not going to know that stuff as a new player, and you're going to end up getting rid of gear. And don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. You'll get more gear. This thing is, you're going to be farming Wyvern and hunts every day. You have room to make mistakes. If you plan on playing this game a long time, you're gonna catch back up. You're gonna have more opportunities. You're chilling. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw that helmet on. No matter how it rolls, we know that we're going to have a decent. I was supposed to extract some of that. Oh well. All right, so of course it rolls good. My shoe's gonna be insane on this account. I'm sorry, this is not the greatest example. Your shoe won't look quite this good, but there we go, a mineral. She will still be usable. So we're already starting to get the stat line we want. You can see 17,000 HP. We're going to be looking for 21, 22k. We'll be happy. Our crit damage is 208. We're going to be getting that up another like 40 or so. So that's going to be around 230, 240. And our crit chance, we want to get it as high as we can. So getting this as high as we can. If we can get to 85, we're pretty happy. 85 is a sweet spot because if she attacks a fire character, she will always crit. So that's where we want to get to. We obviously want to get to 100, but there are artifact options. If you get lucky, 5-star artifacts that give you some crit chance. One's called a Lensonox's Wrath. It gives you extra crit chance. So that's a way to kind of cheat and get a little bit extra. Also, for Shu, there is an artifact. Those of you that are watching this guide later, you might not have this option, but you won't have this option. But Azure Comet, the artifact for Rim, gives 15 crit chance for a warrior. So you could put that on Shu as well. So if you pulled Rim's artifact, you now have an artifact for Shu that gives you some extra stat and makes her to where she has 100 crit chance, because you want the highest crit chance you can get on her to get the full ability of this exclusive equipment, because this is what makes her strong. So now we have our Shu pretty much geared. We have a set on Mercedes for now. That'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and show you. Now you can update some of your stuff. So let's go to Guild Wars. Okay, I didn't do my Guild Wars. I'm going to be doing my Guild Wars tomorrow and showing you how I do my Guild War fights. So now we have a couple characters that are going to be pretty geared and usable, at least. So Mercedes, definitely going to go on a team, and we're going to put Shu on a team. So in here, we can also use Adventure Raz, and then we have these 3 characters geared. So by putting these characters on our teams, we now have two teams that have pretty much fully geared characters. So as if you're on a new player guild and you fight another new guild, you'll probably end up snagging a few wins off this. So the more you upgrade the gear on your Shu and get better gear on Mercedes, the better off you're going to be. We already have our Spectre, Tenebria pretty well geared, but this gives you the ability to probably start doing decent. So we're going to end up getting our Destina geared up pretty soon too over the next few days, and you'll be able to have Destina as an option. So you could put like Destina and like switch to maybe this, but you have a couple team options now. So you can do some kind of combination along these lines and you'll be fine. And you can also do the same thing for your arena defense. Now that we're starting to get more core PvP characters that are hard to deal with, you can go into your arena and then you can go to your defense team and you can set up something like that as well. So we are going to go ahead and throw our Shu on here. Our Spectre Tiber is still really well geared, and you have the option, do you want to keep that? But eventually we're going to end up building Destina, and we'll put her on here probably. This will give us a pretty decent team. And then depending on what other characters you guys have over the next week, you'll start building some of those, because you'll have all your core different teams set up very soon. So this is that. Sorry, this video has no like main thing you're gonna be trying to do. This is going over just a bunch of stuff. So this is just a 2-week recap basically. Next up, we are going to be going in. You should be clearing Abyss. I'm going to try to get Abyss 80 through 84 up today. I didn't get to do it tomorrow because I'm behind. So let me try to get that up today. And then once we do that, we have finished Automaton Tower. But the other thing you should be working on from this point, still clearing Labyrinth every day as far as you can, but you're going to be ending up starting Chapter 4. You can go back and get all of this. Again, I do recommend you go back and get this free gear of all kinds. So you want to get all these HP sets. This is going to give you your gear for your Destina. So come back and get this gear here as soon as you can. This will be very important. So make sure you get all these HP pieces first, and then you are able to get these if you would like. You don't have to, but it does give you another set that you can put on one of your PvE teams. The more PvE teams we get set up, the less you have to change around gear later. So these could be pretty good. And honestly, some of the pieces aren't bad at all and could be mixed out with another kind of character. No, they're all PvE pieces. No, they're all just PvE pieces pretty much. That this piece and the helmet, you can maybe put on like a Destruction Aiden. But overall, it's mostly PvE. PvE gear all has effectiveness on it. So once you get by all this, though, you are going to be going in, and we're going to be starting Chapter 4. So I have not gotten to really start Chapter 4, but I do want to talk about it for those of you that are starting to start it. So you are going to want to go in here, clear up to stage 1010. And this, once you beat this, you'll be getting a character called Aiden. I believe that's when you get Aiden, because it says clear up to 110. So this is where you get Aiden. Aiden is going to be, she is one of the strongest characters in the game right now, and you get her for free. If you watch the Episode World Cup, she is picked almost in every single set. In my 30-day Masters Challenge video, she was picked in almost every single game by me. The opponent picked her, I think, a few times, but she is going to be one of your core PvP characters for everything, and you can use her in some PvE clearing for Abyss. The challenge force. So she is an overall amazing character. So you need to be, as you're clearing all of this, you want to be clearing her missions. She will have missions that pop up. You want to make sure you're clearing those as you're going along. You could finish a few chapters, go back, clear some missions, clear a few more chapters. But just know doing Aiden takes a long time. So make sure that you are doing as much as you can for this, because Aiden is your gateway into PvP, into getting into higher PvP. She will be that crutch character that will help you learn how to play the game. I will be showing you how to fight her for your opponents that end up picking her before you. And the thing with getting into PvP is you're going to learn matchups. You're not going to know what all the characters do, and that's going to take some time to learn. So you guys won't be able to just magically get 30-day RTA. I know some of you guys are ahead of me. You're going to need to know some matchups. The reason I was able to do it because I have an understanding of the game. But you will have an account that is most likely close to or able to get to masters by the end of this, the first 30 days of this guide. You'll at least have the baseline to where once you learn a little bit, build a little bit more, you'll be able to start pushing into that. So make sure you're working on Aiden, clearing all of chapter 4. I will have the chapter 4 boss guide up hopefully within the next 2 days. I have a lot of work still to do. Today is one of my catch-up days. So that'll be one thing I'm working on a lot. So I showed you how to set up some new arena guild teams. Here is going to be my Wyvern team. Let me go ahead and show just the characters. So this is kind of like a two-week overview. There's my Raz. The Mercedes is not too great right now. You're going to be struggling on your right side charms. This is where you're just going to keep needing to do Labyrinth, and weekly reset is about to happen for us. If you're watching this today, it comes out, it starts tomorrow. You'll get 20 more charms from trading in at the Alchemist Steeple, which will give you probably your shoe fully upgraded. And then, so here are the stats. There's the shoe, here's Cigarette, here's Crozet, here's Falconer Clary, Spectre Tenebria. Destina still not on gear yet. We're still working on trying to round her out, but she is not big priority right now. We're still trying to get her PvE team set up. Next up, Free Spirit Tyria, Tamarin, Terran Orgard, Mui, and then Vivian is not geared. And then we are also specially changed Hazel. I haven't done her trial quest yet, but you do need to finish specially change Hazel, so please make sure you are there. And then expeditions. The last thing for this video is going to be a 30-minute video. Last part, your fire expedition team. You can now do level 3s. With Shu, once you build that, you're going to go ahead and add Shu to your team over Cigarette. And this, once you gear or level up your Shu, this team right here, if you're using it, should clear level 3s easily. A lot of the times on my other account that I did this exact same team, Terran Orgard would die, but then Shu plus Crozet just ends up getting 300k anyway. The first time you beat this, you're going to want to manual it to make sure you get either 300 or 350,000 points. Once you do that, level 3 expeditions are amazing, but this will allow you to get into level 3 expeditions for fire. And then if you're on level 3 or on grass, you will also be able to go in and start level 3 expeditions with grass with your new Mercedes. Once you level her gear up a little bit, this team right here will easily clear level 3 expeditions. The first time you do it, you want to manual it and use your soul burns effectively, so that you can get your 300 to 350k. It is 350,000. So make sure you get 350,000 with this team. Once you do that, every time after, once you finish it, you can set it to open recruitment, and it'll always get finished pretty much as long as you do a decent amount of damage. So that way you can start getting your change stones, the subset change stones for your gear, so you can start making your gear overall just better. And this is very important. Getting to level 3s is one of the best early things you can do. So that gives you 2 level 3 teams. In terms of light, just keep doing level 1s. Light sucks. You might be able to squeeze in level 2. You can put Shu on here. I'll look into making a better level 2 team for now or soon. But if you are watching this guide later and you are trying to build teams for the other elements, I do have a video earlier that talks about expedition teams. If you look at the titles of the video, sorry, I don't know off the top of my head which one it is, but I do talk about the expedition teams within that. So that is all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's a lot of different things, but this is just what to be working on, what your account should look like. Tomorrow's video is or Abyss video later showing some Abyss floors. The next video is going to be showing you an A13 team that you can build with what we already have. So we could clear this. And then after we clear that, we will be done with the Adventurer's Path. We'll get all the rest of the free stuff, get another 5-star hero. Some of you guys may have already completed it, but I'll be giving you an easy level or A13 team that you want to change the gear on, and you'll be good to go. So thank you guys for watching. Join the Discord if you haven't. Download LD Player, link down in the top of the comments, and I will see you all either in Discord or in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.